Okay. Welcome to M-Mix, a radio show that did take a break for the entirety of October and also November on accident. Sorry about that. I'm here with a good friend and frequent collaborator, velaspace. How you doing?
Hello. I'm doing good. I'm just chilling, sitting at my desk. We both got a mango drink. We both got mango drink,
Yeah, mango skittle drink.
mango skittle drink.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just chilling.
Yeah. At the time of this interview, it's gonna be like a day after. Well, time of this interview, I think "I Love You" has been announced, but
Yes.
it won't come out until next week, and the time the interview comes out, it will be a day after it releases.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's the plan anyways. So, you
Yeah.
excited?
Assuming all goes well. Yeah, very excited. This one I've been working on for probably. Let's see. I finished it in November. Probably 6 to 7 months is how long this one's been going on. Which honestly, compared to other tracks, is pretty good timing
Yeah.
on my part. Um, but no, yeah, I'm so excited for one to come out. It feels like such a different direction compared to like my previous works. And I'm very excited to see how people react to it or what they think about it.
Yeah, we're officially in the momentary era now. Like,
Yeah,
originally when this interview was recorded, we were in between eras for like a few weeks. But yeah, no, we're full in the momentary now.
indeed we are.
So yeah, let's just have some fun little questions. As I've said before, we did try this interview a couple times. It's been weeks since then, though, so hopefully these questions still hit you. If not, apologies. I can't sort out technical difficulties. God, words are hard. Anyways, so what are your thoughts about Skibbity Toilet?
Oh. Okay, I did forget about that question. Okay, Skibidi Toilet. Not not a bad not a bad series to get into unironically.
Yeah.
For the uninitiated, MK and I, we both watched fr the as much Skibidi Toilet as there was at the time of us watching, which was back in like what, February?
February of last year, yeah.
February of
Wait,
last year?
no, not of last year. No, this year. Like way early in
Okay,
the year,
okay.
though. My
Yeah,
bad.
yeah, yeah. Way early in the year. We got to like part 70 something.
Yeah, 76, 77.
Yeah, 76, 77, somewhere around there. And honestly, I got into it.
Yeah,
That
it
was
wasn't
that
bad.
was not. Yeah, no, it's not. Once you get past like the brain rot part, there's like actual lore, and it's terrifying. Like how you can like feel bad for a character from fucking Skibbity Toilet.
Yeah, where they don't say lines, they just go skibbity bop bop bop. Yes, yes.
Yeah, you only ever hear that, and like is there anything else that's ever said? I don't think there is actually.
There's like another song. It's like, the fucking Tears for Fears song. I think it's.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, that song.
Yeah.
I'm looking it up, so because it's on the tip of my tongue. For Fears, I think it's Everybody Wants to Rule the World. Yeah, that's a song.
Yeah, yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, that one.
Yep.
But yeah, it's not bad. Surprisingly.
I would go on to say that like I would go on to say that it's impressive. That it is impressive to like convey a story through pretty much only using like two songs and then a lot of SFM animation.
Yeah. It's just kaiju. That's all it is.
It is, yeah, honestly, it's like not silent film, almost like silent film kaiju with like sound effects.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a good watch, honestly, if you have like 2 hours to burn and you've already watched all of Parkour Civilization and you want another thing to brain rot your brain a bit, skip the toilet right there.
Right there.
Probably more than 70. There's probably around 100 if I had to guess at this point.
Yeah, who knows? I'm not. You know what? I'm I'm gonna go ahead and give it a quick search now. I'm curious.
Hell yeah.
I'm very curious to see how many they've put out since then.
Yeah.
Skibbity toilet.
Skibbity toilet.
Oh, what? There must have been like a really long. Must have been like a really long pause between, because it's 2 weeks ago they put out 77
Oh shit.
full episode. Then a month ago was part 4 of that was episode 77.
Huh.
So it looks like where we went off was 72.
So only
Since they've only put out 5 full episodes.
5 full episodes. Jesus Christ, that's
Yeah, now they're putting out episodes. 73 is nine almost 10 minutes long.
10 minutes. Oh god.
74 is 7 minutes. 75 is like 4 minutes. 76 is 8 minutes long. And 77 is 24 and a half minutes long.
Jesus Christ. I know what we're doing for a Digital Garden 2 after party.
Yes.
Yeah, watch the rest of Skibbity Toilet. Alright. Moving on from Skibbity Toilet. What happened to Sean Shark?
uh, come to think of it, I wonder where that onesie is. I don't know where it went. Sean Shark is my alias before Velaspace. I had even more before Sean Shark, but until Velaspace, that one had stuck the longest for like almost 2 years. I had like found this shark onesie in my cousin's clothes drawer in this apartment that they were staying at right behind my parents' house, which I now live in. And I tried it on. And I thought it was cool. I don't know why. For some reason, I thought I felt so cool in it. I don't know why. And there's like a picture of. I don't have the picture, but it's somewhere in the world, I'm sure. But like it's of me in it, just like posing. And I called myself Sean Shark to her, like while wearing it. And then that name's kind of like stuck in my head. At the moment, I think I had the name like Everyday Projection was the name I was kind of trying out at the time. But then I just completely threw that in the bin. It was like, Sean Shark, we're doing Sean Shark, and that's going to be Sean Shark. I'm going to be Sean Shark for everything now. I got one of my friends, Dakota, to make the quote-unquote logo for Sean Shark, where we took like a Fork of Cows character, like one of those like sock puppet comic things, and he just drew like a little shark onesie over it, and that was that was my branding.
I mean, yeah, it's very interesting knowing that like the work of Sean's Shark is still online if you know where to look. Like there was like a specific website that you used for it.
Yeah, not much of it though. Honestly, there's more. So many of like my early FL Studio songs were just like are just gone. Like you'll never find them. I couldn't even find them unless my parents miraculously still have the old laptop I used. There is no shot of ever finding those songs again, ever.
Damn, lost media.
Lost media. It's probably like 3 or 4 songs.
Oof. That's a whole EP right there if you know how to stretch it.
Yeah. Except I was bad at holding in releases and just like put it out as soon as I finished it.
Real as fuck, honestly. Do the same thing. And with like the whole shark onesie thing, it kind of leads into this next thing of like the velaspace persona that kind of exists, kind of doesn't, in the grand scheme of things.
True. Yeah. I'm currently in like the gray area of saying I'm a furry. In between yes, in between no. But I was definite yes for a good while. I was like quote, I still was a proto-gen of varying color schemes, as I'm currently, in that gray area, I'm currently like revising the color scheme, but it used to be like blue for the LEDs and like white and gray and black fur. Nothing too out there, nothing too crazy. But like I had been one since I want to say 2017 is as far back as like being introduced to that fandom goes.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, you've definitely been in like furry circles for a lot of like your presence online, I guess. I mean,
Yeah.
Vibe Fest does have a couple furries. Gay Jazz is also quite full with furries. Yeah. It's like you're very adjacent to it, but you're not fully in. But then again,
I
that's
know.
also like a thing for you to decide, not for me.
Yeah, it's I've thought about it to myself I can't think of a different word except for the word concerning, but like it's like I have like a concerning amount of of like furry online friends to where it's like, am I am I still a furry?
I mean, just
I
because
get
you have
along with, you know.
furry friends
Go.
doesn't make you a furry, but I concerning amount, like fucking how much is a concerning amount? That's a good question.
Yeah, that's like I don't know, it just feels like so many of like the closer people I talk to on the internet are just furries, and it's like, man, I get along with furries surprisingly. I guess I can't say surprisingly. I still get along with furries surprisingly well, I guess you could say.
Yeah, you're chill as fuck. I mean,
Yeah,
regardless of
yeah.
like the furry thing, you're just chill as fuck.
That
You're
too.
a good person
That
to talk
too.
with.
That too.
Um, yeah. I mean, you're still interacting within these circles today. I mean, you play web fishing a lot. As someone who is just like chilling on my laptop playing like Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, I just see bottom right corner velaspace is on web fishing. I'm like, oh, okay.
It's a good relaxing game, honestly. I used to go on Roblox and just play whatever slop it threw my way. Um, but like now I get on web fishing, and it's a much more enjoyable experience. I put on like a podcast or some kind of music, and I just fish for hours on end.
For real. I like to use web fishing to like talk with my friends as most part, but like if I need to like burn some hours and I'm not feeling like making music or DJing, I'm like, fuck it. Put on a long ass YouTube video, open up Balatro or like Peglin and like get a roguelike and just go grind until I get like a one win. And
Hell
that
yeah.
usually does it. Uh, okay. So, before we hop into talking about Way Home and like the future, past of Velaspace, what happened to Tides of Electronica? Is that like a real thing?
Yeah, another gray area, yes and no. Tides of Electronica was an inside joke.
Well, it's still an
Um,
inside joke, but
I guess, but it's a lot more public now than it was before. Um, months ago, I was in a Discord chat, just gaming with my friend JB, who also is known as Rock Candy, collaborator for Goblins and Gas Stations.
hell
And we were just gaming out, chilling, having a fun time. And he tells me, Sean, you should make a pirate album. You should make a pirate EDM album. And I was like, I was like, okay. And he like messaged me a bunch of stuff about it. Yeah, he messaged me like the prompt, like the announcement for it. Let me see. I'll pull it up real quick, and I'll tell you when that joke was first created. He told that to me. Yeah, back in July, like a few days before the Smile album came out from Porter Robinson. Set sail with Captain Velaspace on an epic musical voyage. dive into the high seas of beats and bass. I copy pasted this later and put it on Twitter and like on Instagram everywhere. Dive into the high seas of beats and bass with Tides of Electronica, the new pirate-themed EDM album that'll plunder your senses and make you dance like never before. Avast me, hearties, and let the waves of music carry you away. Hashtag EDM, hashtag pirate vibes, hashtag Tides of Electronica. And yeah, a few months later, he reminded me of it, and it was like 1 in the morning, and he was like, "You should post right now, of like, announcing that you're making this and you're releasing this." And I was like, "You know what? Screw it." And I did. I posted it on Instagram and Twitter, and then in the morning, I was like, I know. I also made the joke like I should follow it up in the morning by being like, "Hey, I'm so sorry. I don't know what I was thinking last night. This isn't." Excuse me. This isn't a real album, and it's not. No, it's never going to be. But like, people were angry that it wasn't real. Not angry, but like they were a little disappointed that this wasn't a real thing I was doing, and so JP keeps bringing it up to me. And honestly, who knows? Album era 3 might be fucking pirate electronica music.
Yeah, you know what? That'd be sick as hell.
But I mean, Raise the Black Flag already exists by Temanite.
But you could be like the electro-pop version of Temanite. Have you thought about that?
Oh, yeah, God, yeah, you're right, true. Shoot.
Haven't.
I don't make dubstep.
Checkmate.
You know.
You had to get Mall Light for that.
Something to think about. Something to think about.
But yeah, hold on. What the fuck are you gonna use Mall Light for? Because that used to be your base EDM alias that you kind of half jokingly used and only put out for
yeah.
Bandcamp
Honestly,
Friday.
I think I'm just gonna have to gather dust now. I can't really.
Sitting on the chest.
Yeah, sitting on the chest. It's a. I think it's just gonna become velaspace. I think it's all just gonna have to be velaspace. I'm just gonna have to be everything at once.
Oh, you know what? That's a vibe. I mean,
that's a vibe. Yeah. I can't. I'd have to like I don't know. Unless I could find a name that would like last through every era. I don't think. I think from now on, if I make another Jokalize, I shouldn't name it after whatever current era I'm in, because then it just won't age nicely.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Speaking of things that won't age nicely, so I was doing some investigative research before talking with you, and the Scrapped For You EP that had a trailer and no released music except for like one song, I think.
yeah. So this was 2021. I wonder if it's still up.
It's still up. It's on YouTube. Well, not
awesome. It's on YouTube.
The trailer is on YouTube, but the releases are gone.
No, yeah, they were never released. The whole thing was a concept. I hadn't even started anything yet. It was so stupid. I was like, I should make an EP, and then I did that. Then it just never happened. Like, hold on, let me see what the names were again for this. Nope, that's the wrong thing. Nope, that's not it either. But yeah. Nope.
I think it's funny as hell, just track list reveal, and then I could be the one trailer directly after. Who the fuck is DJ Skelly?
I'm not finding it anywhere.
What?
The For You EP thing. I'm not seeing it.
Oh, hold on. A track list reveal. You mean everything to me.
Track list reveal.
Smile is one of my favorite things. The names of tracks. I'm just saying these. Moon and Back.
Okay, that one does exist, actually. That song does exist.
Moon and Back?
I will say.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, Moon and Back does indeed exist as a song. I just have not finished it at all.
Right Where You Left Me, interlude. And Love You Still. Oh, wow. Okay, hold on. I need to do some refresh. August 13, 2021. When did Love You Back by Maddie On come out? I need to
Oh,
see.
that came out like 2022, right? No. No, yeah, 2020.
Yeah, 2022.
Oh,
Okay, so you beat him to the
okay, okay,
punch
okay.
there. All right.
I beat him to the punch. Well, I mean, he
He
actually released
released
it,
it.
so.
Um, Out of Time, and that's it. It just goes into a 4
Oh,
UEP.
okay, yeah, okay, I found it now. Shoot, yeah.
Yeah, I can hear the
Yeah, no,
music
yeah.
coming.
This was yeah, no, this was all a concept. None of these were like actually started. I'm sure I had the ideas in my head. I just never acted upon them.
Yeah.
I think this was no, this would have been around. No. This was like a bit before I even like actually purchased FL Studio to save tracks and stuff.
So, so you're telling me you made a whole ass EP trailer before you bought FL Studio?
Correct. I mean, hey, I released Streets and I released I Could Be the One before I bought FL Studio.
And those two songs, so I can't argue with that.
Yeah.
I mean, my entire debut EP was made on like a website DAW that like could only hold 4 tracks without like being deleted. So yeah.
As for DJ Skelly, Skelly was a skeleton, a fake plastic skeleton that I bought at Walmart when I was in Iowa, and he became the third roommate for my roommate and I. We like dressed him up in our clothes and everything, and I made like a really awful synthwave song, and I was like, haha, I'm gonna say that DJ Skelly made this because I thought it would be funny, and then that's it. That's the whole story.
All right. You know, what? Good story. Yeah. Now let's actually talk about the things that did release, or at least like in the history of velaspace, starting from the beginning. You learned how to play guitar, correct?
Correct. In third grade, my parents, for my birthday, got me a guitar and like a little slip of paper that said that I would like start lessons in the following weeks. Every like Tuesday, every Tuesday I'd go to this music shop we have in town called Sam Gibbs, and my dad apparently still keeps in touch with my first guitar teacher. He's a cool dude. His name is Christian Mask, and oh shoot, I just name dropped him. Whatever. There's probably a million guys named Christian Mask. He doesn't even do lessons anymore. But yeah, I did lessons all the way until like probably late middle school, like 8th grade, and then I stopped, and then I was just kind of on and off with guitar for a long time. But I started picking it up a little bit more recently. You'll, you can hear it a little bit in my album, and you'll hear it in future musics, no doubt, too.
Yeah. And then you were also a percussionist in high school, if I remember correctly.
Yes, I was. Senior year of my high school, I was a percussionist. Technically, a little bit of my junior year as well, but before I was a percussionist, I was a trumpet in my junior year in the high school band. After marching season and after wind ensemble, UIL, we had wind ensemble and we had concert band, which were like the higher and lower tiers of UIL, depending on where you placed in like a chair test. And once wind ensemble had ended, there were like some open spots in the percussionist part of concert band. So the percussionist teacher, Mr. Jones, what a man, came up to well, not came up to he just like opened up invitations for like auditions to people who want to join that percussionist in the concert band. And me and a couple of my friends were like, oh shoot, let's give it a shot, why not, we're not doing anything else for the year except for the spring concert at the end of it. And we had to like do a snare piece. We did like a piece of snare music, and you do that in front of the teachers, and they decide if you make the cut and what you'll do. And we got in. I didn't do anything crazy. I just like I shook some sleigh bells.
Hell
And
yeah.
that was about the extent of it. But then go into Mr. Jones comes up to me and one of my friends, and he's like, "Hey, do you boys want to do like straight up full percussion next year? Like you'll be on bass drums and marching band, and then on blah 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 for the spring UIL season." And we are like, "Yeah, that'd be awesome, actually." And so yeah, I was a drum, I was a I was a bass drum in the drum line for my band, and then in the spring I was on like vibraphone and marimba and xylophone for the wind ensemble stuff, and I had a lot of fun on that. I got to play some really cool bits of music on there.
Hell yeah. I was kind of just in your same boat of like just doing it for a year, even though it was like way in middle school instead of being in high school for it.
Yeah, yeah.
Speaking of high school, didn't you also have to take your sister to school and like all that jazz? Wasn't she a bit of a dick to you or something?
Yeah, kinda. I don't think she was directly a dick to me, but like, so yeah, and I had to drive my sister to school before I went to school. And the thing about being in band is you have to be early. Like it's what they call like 0 hour, where it's a little bit earlier than first period, but then it's also your first period usually. And so I had to be there by like 7:15, ready to go, in my seat and everything with music out or whatever. And my sister would sometimes take a little longer than I would like for her to get ready for the day. And so I'm like getting to her school because she was like in middle school at the time. I'm like getting to her school at like 7 o'clock, and there's like a big line of cars I gotta wade through, and before I get back on the road to head to my place, and then I gotta park, and I park like on the complete opposite end away from the band hall, so I'm like booking it, running as fast as I can, getting in, getting out my trumpet at the time for one of the year, and then getting out my trumpet, and then getting out my sheet music. And honestly, I was late for a few times. I was late for probably the maximum amount of times I could have been late, because my banner says, "Hey, look, man, if you're late again, I gotta like cut you out of wind ensemble." So I had to talk to my sister, being like, "Please, please do not mess this up for me. I will not be happy if you get me late one more time." And I wasn't. We worked it out. She wasn't. She hurried up a little bit more since then.
Hell yeah. I love how people can definitely tell this is like not the first time we recorded this interview, because that question would have like surprised the fuck, like it surprised the fuck out of you the first time, and then just
no, I said it so casually. Oh yeah.
like no one knows you have a sibling, like you've not posted shit about that, and you all
Yeah. Sibling reveal.
makes a whole like background song for like a sibling reveal.
She does not do music though. She tried to learn piano and then gave up after a few months. So I'm actually the only musician in my family, at least my like immediate family. I have like some cousins. I have a cousin that I haven't talked to in probably like 10 years who apparently DJs up in the north.
My brother plays a lot of guitar. Well, he used to play a lot of guitar. Like he still has his bass like guitar and his like regular guitar here that I just don't play because I don't know how to. But he's left those here, and he still plays like the mandolin, kalimba sometimes. It's neat.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. He's more of a.
You can do it. Oh yeah, you can do what Porter did and just learn like the 7 chord shapes and just move the capo around.
Yeah, I could. We'll see. There's time. Yeah. So, past all that, we already talked about Sean Shark, and we basically touched on all the velaspace aliases. But what about the band you're a part of, Ceramic Planet?
Ceramic Planet. Okay. So Ceramic Planet is a band that has been, you could say it was active during 2022, and then it went silent. I guess you could wait. Was it 2022? Hold on, let me check real quick. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries.
It might have been active in 2023, and then let me just, before I say misinformation.
Misinformation online? Unbelievable.
Misinformation. Okay, yeah, active in early 2023, and then went inactive, and then in late 2023 became active again, with me as a member. So the original lineup was current members Aiden, Braden, Riley, and then oh, I feel bad. I can't remember, but I don't know They had another synth player, but like I can't remember their name because I've only met them one time. But they had to like move to Dallas, so they couldn't stay in the band. And then I guess things just kind of fell apart towards there. But another part of the lineup was one of my friends, Joey. Um, and then it was just kind of they all kind of did their own thing for a bit, I think. And then a few of them started jamming out again, which was Braden, Aiden, and Riley. And then they got a drummer, which is Braden's younger brother, Tate. He's a cool dude. And they invited me over from one of them. Riley sent me a little message like, just come over, jam out with us, see what happens, I was like, yeah, sure, I'll give it a shot. And I panicked a little bit because I had never like hooked up any of my things to an amp before. So I was like scrambling to make sure that I could do that and that I had everything appropriate so that I wouldn't just like show up and then not be able to do anything. But it worked out. I made it work. And then after like one or two practices, they were like, "Hey, do you want to like join our group?" I was like, "Yeah, sure, that'd be awesome." And so yeah, we became a group, and we were like, "We need a name before we like really do anything. We need a name." And we spent like probably a good couple months trying to figure out a name for what we would call this group. We came down before we went on Ceramic Planet. We were taking back that name. We were stuck on the finalists of Micro Castle and Star Hop, which was
Oh yeah, Star Hop.
Yeah.
Both of those are good names. I just prefer Star Hop way more.
Yeah. We kept making a joke about micro. Like I keep trying to say it the joking way. Microcastle. we would keep pronouncing it Microcastle.
All right.
And I keep fighting myself to not say Microcastle because for some reason that feels more natural to me. But yeah, we reached out to the other members that are no longer part of the project, and for their approval of using the name Ceramic Planet again, and they were fine with it. And so, yeah, we took that name, started doing a little bit of promotion to be like, hey, we're alive. And then we did a good number of shows throughout the year, and we still have another show coming up on the. I mean, I'm saying this as if like any of my online friends are even able to make it this far. We have a show coming up in Denton. True, yeah. Like, if you're from Denton, if you're in the DFW area and you're hearing this, Ceramic Planet is doing a show at Andy's in Denton on December 27th at like 7 p.m. So, yeah, if you're not doing anything on that Friday, I know it's 2 days after Christmas, but if you're not up to much, feel free to.
You're on break. You can do what I did and took it like a 9-hour drive from like 2 states away. It's an all ages show, so you can be there. Like I could. Yeah. I could theoretically show up at that show, but I'm not making any promises because it's 2 days after Christmas.
Yeah, no, that's a rough trip to do immediately after Christmas.
Yeah, it wasn't bad though. Yeah. Well, the trip itself.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, it was like what, 9-hour drive you said?
Yeah, 9-hour drive. Was probably longer because of like stopping for lunch and stuff.
Yeah.
Speaking of,
I remember one time my dad and I went to like Vegas one time, and we like drove there, but we stayed the night on our drive to Vegas. We like stayed the night in Albuquerque, but on our drive back, we did no hotel stops, so it was a straight 15-hour drive from Las Vegas back home.
I remember when my brother was stationed in Texas because of the military, we actually did, it was at like the lower part of Texas, so that means it was like a very long drive, 12 hours, and then we picked him up, and then we drove 12 straight hours back, like 24 hours in total in a row, like basically no stopping at hotels or such. It was really painful, but also really fun.
I'm sure. Geez, yeah, that sounds. I'm sure, yeah, fun, but that sounds awful.
Oh yeah, we did that shit in a Jeep. And I don't know if you know, like, not like a Jeep truck or anything. No, a Jeep. I
Those
don't.
things are not
Yeah,
not too
those,
big, not big.
not big, not comfortable. They kind of look like shit. Sorry, Jeep owners. Just get better looking cars. No offense. Get comfier cars. Drive a sedan like the rest of us. Come on. I don't even drive. I don't have a license. But yeah, kind of transitions into Way Home Live IRL, and just memories from that. Meeting the Ceramic Planet members, except for one. I don't remember who wasn't there.
Braden, you didn't meet Braden.
Braden. Yeah,
Braden was still still at home, and he doesn't live in Wichita Falls anymore. But he's out of town now. He couldn't make it to the show.
Yeah, one day. It was just really fun for getting to see the songs I've heard you work on throughout like the past year. It's like you were locked in on just sending me and Ima just a bunch of demos while you were working on it, and yeah, it was very satisfying, and also being there for fireworks and all that, also a great moment. It was like
such a fun time.
Yeah. And it's like the first like big electronic kind of thing that your local scene had.
Yeah, I like checked online to see when like the last time they had like done something electronic wise in this town, and the last time they had like done something was January of 2023. So it would have been like over a year and a half since they had done like an electronic themed night. It was called like, it was at some like barcade called the Deep End that none of my friends and I really like. It's really cheap place. But
Throwing
they
shade.
had ED. Yeah, I'm sure I'm not throwing shade. This is Velaspace saying fuck the Deep End in Wichita Falls, Texas. But no, yeah. They called it an EDM night, and like by the looks of it, I'm pretty sure it was people just playing like John Summit, Martin Garrix, Tiesto type stuff. Nothing too, like, I guess you could say, of the more underground variety. Just like surface level EDM stuff, pretty much, is what I was getting the vibe of based off of what I would see. But no, yeah, it was so cool to have like people that I think like. So the lineup was DJ Said, me, and then a group called Polly Pocket. And DJ Said, definitely, I would say he's tapped in. I would say DJ Said's a little tapped in.
Dude was tapped the fuck in, dude.
Yeah.
Hearing Hamdi was like a shock to like.
I know. I was like, yeah, no. I heard that too. I was like, okay, he's playing Hamdi.
I think
Yeah,
it's Hamdi,
no.
but it's fine.
Hearing counting, yeah. When I heard counting, I was like, okay, oh shit, all right, here we go. And then Polly Pocket, just playing pretty much originals, and I think a cover of Better Off Alone as well. Super fun, super original.
Yeah.
It was all around sick lineup.
Yeah, I noticed Polly was using like the lead was using a Novation circuit as like the way she was playing the chip tunes and all that, and I was like, oh wow, it's pretty good. I wanted to mention it to her, but I have like a circuit tracks that I barely use. Like I haven't touched it in like months. I need to, but yeah, just having like the upgraded version there was like, oh shit, that's that.
Nice.
I felt like a nerd seeing that out in the wild. Like here, like
yeah, that's gonna happen as you like see the equipment people use. You'll start nerding out. I remember like I used to look up look at pictures of Daft Punk's Alive 2007 setup and just like geek out about it and like try to look up information on the stuff they used.
And then getting to hang out with you before the show, the day before when we made X3 with Ima, and just during the show, that was I would do anything to go back to that night, or at least like try to do it again.
Momentary live, you know, when that
Hmm.
when that happens, I'm sure
Yeah.
at some point.
Yeah.
Another 9 hour trip. Nothing too crazy.
Nothing 9 hour trip. Hey, maybe you could do it this time.
Yeah,
Actually,
I'll get booked to.
there's not really like a big venue around here that you could like show up to, so you'd have to go like to Memphis or Nashville, which is like another 3 hours if you go to Nashville, like 45 minutes if you go to Memphis.
Yeah, I just gotta convince Memphis and someone in Memphis and Nashville that velaspace from Wichita Falls, Texas, is a is good to do. Is a good investment for a night.
Honest to God, you have better chances in Nashville.
Noted. Noted. I'll keep that in mind.
I have a lot of like, God, someone's gonna shoot me down for saying this. I have a lot of oomphs in Nashville, like in that area. Like I know Pagu's
Yeah.
there, Foliage,
Oh yeah, I forgot
Wherefore.
Pagu's there now.
Wherefore is not an oomph, but they're also near that area. Yeah, like a lot of like people in our like little circle, like of artists and sounds we like is just in Nashville for some reason. I don't know why. Like there's a concerning amount of gay jazz people in Nashville too. Like why the fuck are we all in
What?
Tennessee? Yeah. Mockingbirds in
Man,
near that area.
I gotta get to Tennessee.
Yeah, like fucking Mockingbird. I think Covens is there as well. There's a lot of people just in Tennessee, which is cool. Um,
Shoot.
but yeah. Speaking of just
I'll have
looking,
to-
yeah, you have to look.
I'll-
I
yeah, I'll have to
was
check that out.
I was about to transition to the next topic. My bad.
Oh no, yeah. No, you're good. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Speaking of looking back on the past of Way Home, let's do a little retrospective on it. Do you have any like, I guess, general thoughts about Way Home now that it's been 7 months since it's
6.
released? Oh, 6.
It's
Since
been 6 now.
yeah, 6 months after.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. 6. Last time I said this, that I listened to it again, like after like spending a good while, I'm just like not listening to like any of it, and I did it again, like a couple days ago. This time, I listened to the whole project again, and damn, that's all I gotta say.
Damn.
I did, yeah. I'm like, I like hear it, and I'm like, shoot, I don't know. I was like, I guess a little bit of disbelief that it was like something that I had like made, because like because like with some of the music I'm working on now, some of it's a little bit of a struggle because I'm taking on like things I haven't done before. In some cases, I won't go too far into that, but like with Way Home, hearing like it kind of a little bit of a confidence boost as well, because like hearing like these concepts that were like just once like in my head, little things wanted to like put down into music, and then it's like listening back to this whole project full of all of those ideas realized and out there and finished. It's so cool that I made that, and that I made something so personal and so it's so good sounding.
Now, feel free to gas yourself up. Way Home is the shit.
It's a good. It's gonna be. I feel like it's gonna be like a tough debate for my next one. But I think I can rise up to that challenge. But no, yeah,
Bro,
Way
don't
Home
pull
is.
do
Way
not
Home is
pull.
Way Home is so good.
Don't pull a porter and spend 7 years thinking you can't beat that album.
Oh God.
Don't.
Way Home's too good.
Way Home's too good. It's the worlds of our time.
No. No, God, this is my world, so now Momentary is gonna be my new. I mean, I already announced the era. I can't
Yeah,
spend
you
7
can't.
years on it now.
No. Oh, imagine that. Just like
That would be
announcing
so
the era.
funny.
7 years later. Oh.
Oh yeah, here's the album, by the way.
Oh yeah.
That would be funny, but no, I plan to finish the album much earlier than that. But no, yeah, Way Home is so crazy. I'm still a little sad that the mall lights are no longer blue. they're now just like white, and they just kind of blend in with all the other lights around them. So I almost don't look at them anymore.
Oh, that's sad as fuck. They got rid of that little blue shimmer. Is that gone as well?
No, that one is actually still up. That one is still has that little bit of blue on it.
Okay,
And
that's good.
every once in a while, if I'm driving down that area, I'll see. If I'm driving in the right spot, I'll see it and I'll look at that one. But like every other mall light is just straight white now.
Unfortunate. I remember visiting the mall light day of show. That was top 5 photos of me ever taken. Gonna be real.
Yeah, I know. I think I said like I'm surprised I haven't like taken a photo like that. Like that's awesome. That was a sick ass photo. I should have taken something like that for the era.
Yeah, it was okay. Like the context behind that shot, it was like windy as hell.
Oh no, yeah, I could tell your hair was blowing like towards your back.
Yeah, and the thing is that my dad was there. Like he drove us to the spot, but he wasn't the one taking the photo. The car, well, the truck was like right next to the mall light, and using one of the tires, I angled the phone, set a timer, and got the pose just right. And that was like first shot, I think it was. I usually don't do multiple takes for photos like that, so yeah, first shot done and dusted. I didn't want to like act like we were loitering and get like
That's what I got so afraid of when I would like take pictures of the mall lights, because like I roll up in my car, I open the door, I like stand up out of it, and then I just like aim my phone up at the mall light and I'm like taking pictures of it, and I'm like, I probably look so weird to anyone who's like noticing me doing this right now, because then I just get back in my car, look at the photos for a second, if I think they're good enough I just leave.
Yeah. Do you have any regrets with the album still, even after you've been on this like whole rant of like, yeah, I was the Way Home is really good?
Nothing major. In all honesty, nothing major of it. Like just some mixing stuff mainly. Like Dreaming, I feel like I could have done a little bit more in certain spots. Mainly like after the like initial hit where like the acid synth is like building and building and building, and then it goes into like the kick, the drums kick in, and it's just that like that ARP and that acid synth for a good bit. I should have added like some more like effects and stuff to make that a little bit more impactful, because it just like and then it just pauses, and then there's that little clip of my friend Kel, and then it just kicks in. I don't know. I feel like I should have added something in there, and maybe done a bit more mixing stuff. But like other than that, virtually everything else is perfect to me.
Hell yeah. That's good to hear that you still have like the relatively same answer with that, even after like a re-listen and such. Because that's the same answer you gave me the first time we tried to record this, is that you would basically change nothing about it except for that one section in Dreaming.
Yeah.
And I know there was some plans for Way Home that never really like happened. One of those being like an Instagram account of the mall light that you would have used to like tease it and such.
Yeah, I wanted to do like an ARG, basically where it would be like an Instagram count of the mall light, and I would like post a post from it on my story one time, and it would do all this like crazy stuff. Basically, I remember I talked about this in the last thing, but I couldn't like fully remember it. But I remember the rest of it now, to where like basically you go through all these like different puzzles to find, you get coordinates. And the whole point is that it's going to give you coordinates, and these coordinates would take you to the mall that I took the picture of for the album cover, and then I would get a QR code for like the pre-save page, and I would like print off stickers of it, and then I would put these stickers on the mall light, so that you would go up to it, you'd see this QR code, you'd scan it, and then bam, there's the pre-save for Way Home by Velaspace, my album, before like I would like really announce it.
Well, hell yeah. It's funny enough.
I just didn't do that.
You just didn't do that.
Then I just didn't do it.
It's funny that you mentioned like the QR code thing because that's something uh, throwing this hint out there, that's something I'm going to try to do with my own projects whenever those start to happen. Um, Teehee, not going to say much because it's an interview that will be out before the time I start actually talking about it. Teehee. So I remember you. I don't remember the exact answers you gave for these next two questions, but since you've also just done a re-listen, what are your favorite track and least favorite track from Way Home 8 months after the fact? Well, not eight, like
Okay.
6. My bad.
Least favorite. Okay, I've been rethinking the least favorite. I've been like really thinking about my least favorite, and it comes down to like, I think like a bit of a tie.
Ooh.
Now, least favorite, by no means do I dislike these songs. I love them so much. Um, but I think it's a tie between Lonely, Just Lonely, and Hope That I'm Wrong Again.
Oof. I
It's a tie
understand.
between those two for my least favorites. Yeah.
I understand why, I think. I mean, like, you were apprehensive about putting Lonely Just Lonely on the album in the first place.
No, yeah. That one was, I've fought with myself a ton over putting that one out until Ima was doing like a DJ stream, and he played it out in like in the set, and then after just like hearing that in like the context of a DJ set, I was like, okay, yeah, that bangs. That's going on the album. But
And
like,
then Hope That I'm Wrong Again was the, like, first single, even though it wasn't really tagged as a single for Way Home.
no, yeah, it was Way Home. It was like the Way Home aesthetics and sound before, well, my aesthetics is as if I ever had like anything big for that, but like it's like the Way Home sound before I even like had even thought about the name Way Home, like a year and a half before I was even thinking about Way Home. Excuse me, but yeah, it's that one, and then Lonely Just Lonely. But yeah, it's between those two. I really couldn't like decide between them.
No. What about the
As
opposite?
for yeah, my most favorite. Oof. This is, as I tried to I tried to think about this one too, and honestly, it's only gotten harder.
Understandable.
Um,
There's, like...
it's only got harder to do. Cause like there's so many like, for like the heavy hitters. So if I were to like,
Yeah. It's like...
the ones in like the mid tier, I will say, and like the mid tier that aren't like in the running for most favorite or whatever, would be like Somewhere Out There, Runaway, and Goblins and Gas Stations. Other than that, like Dreaming, How Do I Tell You, Fireworks, It's Okay, and 61122 are like all tied right now for me, and it's so hard
Yeah, it's like choosing a
because they all have such like, yeah, they all have such these shining moments. They all have like a moment in each song that I love so much. Like for Dreaming, it's the last drop where it's the interpolation of Dream of You, and that it gets me so hard. And then like How Do I Tell You, the second I guess yeah, last drop, where it's that fake out with all those bits and samples and pads everywhere, and it's just so hype, and it's so good. And then Fireworks, when like the drums kick in and it's all just it's that burst of euphoria when everything's like really hitting at you. And then it's okay as a whole. I mean, It's Okay as a whole is just amazing, and I love everything about that one. And then 61122, oh god, yeah, just like everything, the 61122 that builds up into everything, and then that big release at the end where it all just like cuts out, and then it just goes into the guitar and the fucking what's the granulated synth just all around you as the guitar plays and everything. It's just yeah, those 1, 2, 3, those 5 songs are all just tied for half the album is
Half of
currently
the
tied
peak.
for first place.
I mean, this goes along with what you posted on your Instagram story about these songs and like your favorite moments of Way Home. It's basically like those five songs and just the endings of like the second drops or like the outros of just being really fucking good. And that's probably the best part about Way Home is that like its best parts aren't at really the beginning of the song. It's really just at the end, and it's like okay, that's what you want because you want people to listen all the way through. You want people to experience the song as a whole, and that means like you know, every song you like listen through of the album is like satisfying as hell. So you want to listen more to see how the payoffs go for there. And it's just, even though I've like haven't listened to Way Home in a while, I already know it's like I'm gonna listen to it and I'm gonna feel great about it. It's magical.
Absolutely, yeah. Do that soon. It's so heavily biased here, but like it's so good. It's so, I don't know. Listening to any album that you like really love after like spending some time away from it. Like I need to do that with Nurture. I didn't realize it, but like Spotify Rap just came out, and like there is not a single Nurture song in my top 100 songs. So like I need to listen to Nurture like stat as soon as possible. Obviously,
Elliot, you're gonna be so disappointed when I tell you this. There's not a single song from Way Home or in your discography that's in my top 100. I am so sorry. If my
I know when you sent your top 20, and I was like, okay, all right.
Yeah,
I'm not in there.
I'm so. If we're counting like SoundCloud, Untitled, and like iPod listens, when you gave me the album like a few weeks before it released, I spent so much time listening to it on my iPod. It was so fucking good. And then the CD, like I've listened to enough of Way Home outside of streaming that if it was on streaming, I think like half the album would be just on my top 100. Next year I'm gonna fix that though.
No, yeah, no. You'll have plenty of stuff to fix that with. But
Yeah, teehee.
teehee. But yeah, Nurture, and there's probably some other albums that I'm not thinking of, which is perfect because like once I do think of them, I'll go and listen to them and it'll be awesome. But yeah, it's an amazing feeling listening to something that you like sort of forgot about. It's almost like you know what's gonna happen. You're basically anticipating everything, but it's like you're hearing it again for the first time. It's so cool. It's so good.
Yeah. With that, and you like this was originally supposed to be for like the beginning section, but now that you've brought it up, with the top 20, specifically my 20th artist in my top 20, DJ Sabrina,
Oh yeah.
the teenage DJ. If for those who do not know, for some reason, this artist has velaspace blocked on Twitter. We do not know why. We do not know
I don't. Yeah.
how. But there's just a one-sided beef that exists with velaspace.
I think I found out. I found out from basically. I found out from you because you were like, I think you like recommended me a song from.
I think it was like Charmed. I fucking love Charmed. That was the song in my top 100.
And I like listened to it, and I was like, oh, these people are kind of good. I wonder if they have Twitter. And so I go on Twitter and I look them up, and I was like, okay, here they are. I click on it, and then it just says I'm blocked. I'm like, what the fuck? I've never interacted with this person before, and like now I'm just blocked on Twitter. I was trying to investigate it earlier because I was like, so I have a future funk song out there in the world called "Here with You," that it's just future funk, nothing too crazy on it. But like I'm wondering, like, did they like hear that song from me or something, and like they thought I was just like some hack who was just doing it for one time or whatever, and so they blocked me. I don't know. I don't know why they would what I did to earn a block from Sabrina the Teenage DJ. Was I like following somebody or something? I don't know. I don't know. I don't think it. As much as I would love to like message them about it, I don't think it's that big of a deal.
It doesn't matter. It does not matter to like me, you, and like a couple other people. It genuinely, it's like such a meaningless thing. I think it's really funny because you do not interact with them. You are like one of the least, like you are like I said, one of the most chill people to interact with and talk to. There is literally no reason for anyone to block you. So having this complete stranger who is an artist I love block you for some reason that we just do not know is hilarious. My number one guess is that it's just a block word list. Like they used a website where it's like, oh yeah, let me just put like words that I hate, and then any posts regarding those words block the users who posted them. But then again, what would you
Yeah.
tweet about?
I, who knows? Who knows?
It's a
Maybe one day, maybe one day I'll find out, but
yeah, it's a
not
fucking
today.
puzzle. Not today. Now we're heading into like the, I guess, kind of end of this interview, talking about momentary. As like I've said at the beginning, I Think I Love You would be out like a day old at this point. And if you
Yeah.
want to like talk about it a bit, feel free. It's not really like I haven't heard the song in full. Well, I have. I don't know if I've heard the final version, unless you changed it a bit. But yeah.
I think I've sent the most recent version. I don't know. I like so I finished it on like the 23rd of November. It's like it's called like I Think I Love You, finished 11/1/1/2/3. But like no, yeah, I Think I Love You is I think it's probably second to Goblins and Gas Stations the most fun song. No, that's not the word for it.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it
Carefree.
fun.
I think I would say Carefree. It's like the second. I think it's second place in terms of Carefree, and when it comes to my music, and also it's probably the second loudest song I've ever put out. It's a yeah. It's probably it's like the second loudest song next to Goblins and Gas Stations again. But no, yeah, it's a song about like. I guess like building up the courage to say I love you to the person that you want to say that to, because like I'm about to say I would say spoiler, but the song's already out by the time people are hearing this. So it's like think. Oh shit! I forgot the. No! I'm forgetting my own lyrics. Hold on.
no.
I got this.
Pull up the
I got
Genius
this.
article.
I swear. No. Trying to find all of the words, but I'm not really sure on just what to say. Trying to find all of the words. I'm really sure what to say.
And then
I can't remember. God, I can't remember what comes after that. But yeah, it's and then like there's a little juxtaposition to that in the second verse where it comes to think I finally found all the words, and then I reference How Do I Tell You by saying, but how do I tell
Yeah,
you? And then
that's
it plays a little arp when the beat kicks in. So if you caught that, congratulations. You're
Top-
probably a velaspace fan.
top 3 cutest references ever, probably.
I think I'm probably going to reference my older work a little too much in this project, but that's fine. But yeah, and then like when I first started, I played. So for those of you who were tuned into Way Homecoming, which was an event held in the MKey server, Axolotl Associated server, where it was DJ sets from some of my friends and some of the people on the album, and then a listening party of the entire album, like a week before it came out. And I also did a DJ set. At the end of the DJ set, I think around the end of the DJ set, I played a very scuffed version of I Think I Love You, where I would just like, all I really had was like the intro, the main beat, and the chorus, and then like the second, I guess like the last third of the song was also there too, where like everything cuts out to just those saw chords, and then it's my voice without the pitch shifting, and then that halftime like big drop at the end. If you were at Way Homecoming, then you've heard the song before. You've basically heard the song before, but no, yeah, I spent so long trying to clean it up and like trying to get it to sound like how I really wanted it to sound, because like it's essentially a pop song. Like it's pretty much in its own way a little pop tune, and I had this is like the first time I'm releasing like a full on pop tune with my own vocals on it fully and everything. Uh, but yeah, I don't know. It's so cool to have
Yeah.
this come out and be like I guess like the first step in this new era that we're doing, where I'm gonna be like more. I don't want to say more pop focused, but it's definitely gonna have more vocals than Way Home did.
Um, it's definitely a very fitting first single of the album. Even though
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure on what the album looks like yet, it does fit it really well. Um,
Yeah, I'm still figuring that out too. Honestly, we're making it up as we go. That's how it happens here.
yeah. Um, so this next question comes from another person that you brought up, Rock Candy. Um, they asked, you've been making music nonstop since high school, even like the day in November 18th, and like today he dedicated hours every day to it. I'd like to know when he knew that this was something he wanted to do seriously, and what was the moment, and also what keeps his drive up. I would have ran out of steam long ago.
Um, the moment I knew it, this was something I wanted to take seriously. I've said this before, I think, probably, obviously not like in this interview, but like, I Could Be the One was probably my first, like, okay, I'm taking this seriously song. So I would say it was around then, so fun fact about I Could Be the One, it was made in a single day in an 8-hour session. Because like I didn't have full FL yet, so like if I were like close my laptop, I was so afraid of just like losing this project that I felt suddenly like I felt like such a passion for this idea. Was like so hard in my head. I was like, I need to make this. I need to like get it out ASAP. So it happened in one, but it was like, yeah, I realized around like August of 2021, I guess you could say. Because like it was just this thing that I had like done so much, like especially in Iowa. I was like Iowa was like me messing around for so much stuff, and it was this thing that I enjoyed so much and like really like leaned on to keep me sane during like my time in Iowa. Because my time in Iowa was not super fun. I didn't do good in my classes, and my second semester was basically me just giving up on all that, and also being alone because my roommate moved out. So it was just me in a small ass dorm. I didn't know anybody, and I didn't even bother with classes. So it was just like me going to work for the 3 hours I was scheduled on, come back home, do music, and just work on music. It was like such a crutch for me to like just like not lose my mind. But and then coming back home and just like I don't know, 2021 was a very like emotional year for me, and so like as time went on, I like slowly learned to put these emotions into songs rather than just like I think that's when I realized when I had something I really wanted to take seriously, when I learned that I could put emotion into this and not just like make a silly song. I mean, you can make silly songs, there's nothing wrong with that, but like I had always I had like something in my mind was telling me that I wanted to do something more, and I didn't know what that was until I realized that I could put emotion into songs, which is where that like big run of songs came out. Like, I Could Be the One, I Could Be the One, Here With You, Dream of You, Hope That I'm Wrong Again. I think Hope That I'm Wrong Again is where I really started to take the stride with like putting my own emotions into songs, and it's such a good feeling, and it's something that like if I could, and fingers crossed, one day I will do it for like my work, or like I'm gonna do it for the rest of my life. I have no doubts on that. But like if I could, I would like just do it full time as like my job if I could. And it's so good. It's so fun, and I love everything about it. And as for like keeping up with Drive, I mean, sometimes it is very fucking hard. I will not lie. Like sometimes I do not want to fucking do this.
Oh, 100%. I mean, being very bluntly honest, and like even before my laptop shit the bed, and like that, I did not work on music for like a solid month. I think altogether, counting the like weeks beforehand and like the weeks after, I did not work on a single tune, and I feel on one hand it was definitely due to my health. On the other hand, it was just not having the drive to make anything. But it's a thing that ebbs and flows, and it's currently on an uptick, I think. I mean, I did just kind of finish an entire song in one day that I don't know what I'm going to do with. I'm very proud
Yeah,
of it.
you did pretty much post like a big snippet on,
Oh,
everywhere.
yeah, that one snippet's not going to be as of this interview is not going to come out. I don't know where it's going to come out. There's like an updated version in the chat. I'll forward it to you in Discord. But yeah, it's
Okay.
like straight up just a whole song now. Well, I guess a whole song. There's not much I'm gonna do with it. It's probably just gonna be a tool. But I'm really happy that I just found something like to like push the first step into more steps into like pushing the boulder up a hill again, Sisyphus style.
Yeah, Sisyphus style. Yeah.
And hopefully this kind of just goes back into like the ebb and flow of things. I don't know. We'll see where it goes.
Yeah. No. Yeah. It's there's like days where I will like open up FL, try to like write a chord progression. That's how I start a lot of ideas. Most of my ideas start from like writing a chord progression that like gets stuck in my head because I usually can't. I usually find myself like unable to like really put an idea down until I have like the body of it, I guess you could say. So like I have to like write down these chords and this bass because I could keep the melody in my head for who knows how long, but like without a chord and bass, it's nothing really. So, and I'll try to write down a chord progression and it'll just suck. And then I'll be like, okay, fuck this, and and then I exit FL, and then I don't know, I don't open it again for the rest of the day, and it'll be like that for God knows how long until something will like click in my head, and then I'll go down on FL and then put down that chord progression or whatever, or a bass line or something, and then next thing you know, I've got like a section like. That's how so many of my songs come to be. Like, usually a whole section of a song is done before I begin writing, like, anything else. Like for I Think I Love You, it was that chorus, that Four to the Floor chorus was, like, the first thing done for it, with the vocals on it. And then I made that, like, second section with the halftime and the bit and, like, the breakdown before it. And it was just that. For the longest time until like October when I like really started kicking up on it. I also have this like terrible habit where I like open up a project, listen to it a few times, and then just close it, and I don't fucking add anything to
I get that. It's very interesting to see like the perspective of like someone who is very musical. Well, not more musical trained than me, so hearing that you start your songs all with like writing a lot of chord progressions is like foreign to me. Despite me knowing like a bit of music theory, I don't know how to play any instrument for the most part, except for like percussion, which is like snares and kicks, and so I'm very familiar with that side of things, but I love messing with samples and shit. That's where like a lot of my melodics come from. Like that demo is literally 2 samples. It's a synth sample from Sonova and a drum sample from Oversampled. Putting those two together and then like a weird effects on it gets me that. And also it's just I think for me it's knowing like song structure a lot. Like listening to a bunch of fucking music in a bunch of different styles helps me like getting an idea down. Like that's how Fireworks was kind of made. I barely added any of my own production onto it. Like there's a couple of it, like the ambience and like the I think like the hi-hat is also for me. I don't really know, but when it came to the song structure, it's basically unchanged. except for like one bit at the end because I didn't know where Vela wanted to go with it. I just did my
Yeah.
own little silly section at the end that was like very
Yeah,
acoustic with like
there's
drums.
a there's an alternate version of Fireworks that has like a super like acoustic sampled for drop at the I guess drop section at the end.
Yeah, it was very like guitar and drum, kind of like you could a very Porter Robinson Smile coded before Smile was a thing, but yeah, it was just mainly inspired by like the other stuff I was listening to at the time. I don't remember what it was, but just something different to mesh with the sounds of like a club thing. It didn't go anywhere, and I'm glad it didn't go anywhere because frankly that bit kind of sucked.
Yeah, yeah.
Did not
It
fit the
probably would have been
song.
better to do if we had like actual recordings and stuff. But no,
Bro's on
yeah,
Twitter. Bro's on Twitter during the interview. Come on.
I open up and I see Skrillex posted a cute little gif of a penguin. Okay.
Same.
Um,
I-
but no, yeah. Shoot, what are we even?
We
What's
were
the?
talking.
I'm sorry. What's the topic?
The question was like, how do you keep doing that? Like, what keeps up your drive and such? And we just kind of went
Oh
from
yeah.
like talking about how we make our music from that.
Yeah, yeah.
I think.
I mean, for as far as music theory goes, really, you just leap at it. I wish I could say that I'm like. I've probably learned theory just from like leaping at it. I know how to play. I'm self-taught on piano because just like the way I learned how to play piano, it helps to like know how to read music a bit, I guess. Because like playing guitar, I guess some of that musicality transferred over. But like, if you know like a scale, and whenever it came to like learning how to play other songs, I love learning how to play other songs on the piano. Um, I just watched like a Synthesia playthrough of it, where it's like the little notes that come down on the screen onto the piano and it plays them as it hits them. I just follow those, and I can learn to do a song that way faster than any sheet music you could give me. Um, and I guess just through that, I kind of learned theory until through then, because like um, I'm so bad at like wanting to not do a basic ass chord progression, and even then I fall victim to it, sort of. Like I try to keep my bass lines interesting. I really like to for some reason I like to try and keep the basses interesting, but I think I've been embracing the cheesiness so recently, to where it's like I'm okay with doing not super complex chords and just like making it. I'm learning to have more fun with this right now than I was before.
Hell yeah. I know my lack of like theory and like knowing how to play an instrument's gonna bite me in the ass someday, but I'm hope. What I want to do with this album, well, yeah, fuck it. Yeah, with my upcoming project, I want to kind of like stretch my knowledge as thin as possible. No, going into like a finished album with what I have in my head right now. No more learn. Well, the learning comes from like making the album, not from like looking up tutorials and shit. Like I don't
Yeah.
remember the last time I've opened up like a true to God tutorial on how to like make music. It's really just for me, it's whatever sounds right. Even if you don't make something like complete or full or good, as long as you make something like once a day, once a week that just sounds good to you, you're on the right track. And don't put big deadlines or like big projects on yourself unless you have a really good intention with it. That's my other
Yeah,
advice.
no,
Don't.
you need to if you have a big idea. That's partially why I announced like eras and stuff so early, because like now I have to commit to it. I have no choice. I'm not gonna. It's like there's the option to like not do it. It's off the table. I have to do it now. That's why I get like yeah, because like Way Home was like announced like almost a year before the album came out. It was like maybe 9 months before the album came out.
Yeah.
And who knows how long it'll be with this one, but like now that it's been announced, I really just can't like go back on it. And I don't do that because like I don't do it begrudgingly. Like I do it because I love the idea I've had, and I don't want the possibility of getting rid of it to happen, so I commit myself to it immediately.
Yeah. I kind of feel the same way, but I feel like I'm doing the same thing with you, is like introducing the era first before putting out like the album or music, so I at least committed to it. But I'm very vague when it comes to that, because the music that I'm working on now is very open about its feelings and such, and open with its vibe and ideas. So having an aesthetic to kind of build the music around helps me with that, so I can at least try to be a bit more organized with everything. I know this album's going to be all over the place. It's a bit of a spoiler. There's like a track with only drums and a track with no drums, and both of those are the shortest and longest songs on the album. Yeah, I know this shit's gonna be weird. I'm gonna have as much fun as possible, and I know it's gonna be weird, and it's probably gonna be, it's only gonna make sense to me for the most part, unless you kind of understand it, and that's fine. Sometimes you need to make an album to get some feelings out. Sometimes you want to make an album just to have fun. Just make something. I guess is what we're just trying to say. Just make something.
Yeah, just make something, and like, if it's good, it's good. If it's bad, try again. You'll make something good eventually. It's bound to happen.
You throw enough eggs at the wall, and one of them's bound to stick.
Yeah. Is it eggs or noodles?
I've always said eggs. I don't remember saying noodles.
I haven't heard it with eggs before.
So usually, right, to end off these interviews, I say like any artist to look forward to, look out for. What have you been listening to? But since this is like my last interview of the year, I'm planning on anyways. And it's also not only Bandcamp Friday tomorrow, it's also Spotify Rap season. And we already know your top 5. You posted about it a lot. I've posted about my top 5. But
yeah, I'm number 2.
Yeah, you're number 2.
Myself, I listen to myself too much.
No, that's a good thing. You know, you test your music out. You know that it sounds good. Like, you know, those car tests have to amount to something, okay?
Yeah.
But Spotify has this thing where you can figure out your top 20 artists just by guessing, because it shows you your top 5, but they do not tell you your top 20 in any normal way. You have to go to an artist that you think is in your top 20, then you hit share, and then if they have like a slide that says this artist is your blank, that's how you know they're in your top 20. Have you figured out your top 20 yet?
Not all of them.
Not all of them. We could make a game out of this.
We could make a little game out of this. I found some of them. So I will shout out some of the ones that I know are there.
I've figured out my top 20. Unfortunately, I'm just too good at this game. But what I'm planning to do is just to like elongate the interview. We're both gonna do this family feud style, where
Feud style.
Basically, we keep on going until we run out of guesses, which is 3, or we run out of artists. So like, we either complete the top 20 or we lose. We both have 3, and we're basically just gonna take a guess, and if they're on your top 20, boom. I already know my top 20, so it doesn't make sense, and I kind of know your music taste, and I kind of don't. So we'll see how this goes, because I don't. How many spots are open on your top 20? Like, you don't know? Have you note
some
of
them, some of that I know are on there. I've forgotten where they're at because I haven't made a list of it.
You can make a list. I have my list spilled out.
Yeah, I'm putting together a little one right now. I know Ginger Root is definitely on there. Ginger Root is number 9.
Well, while you're setting that up and you know the artists that are on there, I'll say out mine, because I've posted mine in a group chat we're in. Some notable artists that are on there. 17 is Ima. 20 is DJ Sabrina, the teenage DJ, which is, funny knowing the context.
Tisk.
Underscores at 13 is surprisingly low. Gab, you start at 9, which is honestly kind of awesome, despite the fact that you only put out 1 song this year.
Wait, was Optifine from this year or last year?
I think Optifine was last year. Boys was the one he put out this year.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah.
The top 5 makes sense. They've all put out albums, so has 6, 7, 8, and 10. 10 being Violet Pony, who has put out 2 albums this year. I haven't listened to Monica Martins, but I have listened to Girls Who Are Wizards. 14 is Sizzy, one of the best albums to come out this year. 16 is Tyler, the Creator. A lot of the artists that are in my top 20 have put out an album this year, which is good, in my opinion.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's been a great year for albums.
Oh, hell yeah. I mean, 18, Joey Valance and Bray. I'm not ashamed of that one. Fucking No Hands is a brilliant album.
I will say one of mine I am very ashamed in, and I will not be saying it out loud.
Unless we guess it.
Yeah, I guess unless we guess it.
Unless I guess it, because you know it apparently.
Unless you guess it. Yeah, I know. Because I looked it up. I was like, I really hope this one isn't in it. And they are my number 20, unfortunately. They barely made it in.
Barely made it. You got your list done? Or?
I think there's one more I'm missing. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. There's one more I'm missing.
Oh, that's good.
That I'm aware of.
Chet Porter at 19 is Criminal. In some cases, I do really like Eyes, and I do listen to it frequently. But there's also just with all the other artists and music that came out of this year, you can't revisit your favorites always.
Okay, I've got my list done.
All right. So how many have not been guessed?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spots have not been guessed yet.
6 spots have not been guessed. Do you know the do you have the numbers?
Yes, my 6, 7, 8, 15, 18, and 19 are unknown.
Okay. Well, time. Do you want to take the honors of going first and guessing which one?
It's hard.
So, yeah.
Hold on, let me look through my liked songs real fast just to see what I've got on here.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna say Former Hero. Former Hero's got to be on there somewhere.
So yeah, that's your first guess. So hopefully, there's a lot of surprising ones that are just not on mine.
Yeah, Former Hero number 7. Okay.
All right, that's keep going until you lose. I think. Well, yeah, keep going until and then we'll swap back.
I don't think I listened to enough Burkham, so I'm not gonna guess Burkham.
And Burkham only has 2 songs out on streaming. That's
yeah. What's this one? I'm gonna try out Tyler, the Creator. I bumped them a lot when Chromacopia came out. Unless, I'll try it out. We'll see. I'm not sure.
I was looking at your recently played artists. Why the fuck do you have Drake? Why were you listening to Drake willingly in the year of our Lord 2024?
Alright, well, since you said it out loud, Drake is my number 20. I bumped a lot of Drake before the beef came out. Too much Drake before the beef came out.
Oh my god, that's embarrassing.
Yeah. Because it was only one song too. It was one song that I just had on repeat a bunch.
What was it?
2 songs, actually, 2 songs. A very recent one, one of his recent songs called "You Broke My Heart," and then one of his songs from 2009 called "Best I Ever Had." But yeah, that's 2 songs from Drake, unfortunately. I will say, old Drake is very good, and I'm unashamed to say that I listen to old Drake. There's nothing wrong with old Drake. Until you hit 2011, then it gets a little shaky.
They make the same excuse about Kanye.
Yeah. I used to listen to a lot of Kanye West, though, too. So.
Yeah. I stopped listening to Kanye since Donda. I do not give a fuck.
Let me try Sophie. I think I bumped up a good amount of Sophie this year. And I was wrong. Sophie's not in the top 20. Damn.
Okay. All right.
One guess left.
Yeah.
Swarty. If Swarty isn't on there, I failed myself. Please be on there, Swarty. Please.
Please. This game that barely matters. We're not even playing for
No!
Oh.
Swarty's not on there.
Holy
What?
shit.
Damn.
Alright. So... Okay, what the hell is your recently played music, like, artist? Because I'm researching your account, because I do not know any of the artists in your top 20 in all. So I could guess something that you've already figured out, and that counts as a wrong, in my opinion. Now, what is, like... Ooh. Fucking... Yeah, okay, what would I guess here? Going through past raps. Okay, hold on. Ray Volp? Is he on there in any sort of capacity? That's my first guess. Oh? Everything good? Mic's looking good.
Testing.
Oh yeah, okay, you're back.
Okay, all right, sweet. Yeah, I think my focus rate just like cut out.
Damn.
Did you guess anything?
Yeah, I did guess. I had this whole moment where I was like, going through all the like knowledge I have of conversations of talking with you. I guessed Ray Volp as my first guess.
Ray Volpe, okay. Ray Volpe. I don't think I've bumped too much Ray Volpe this year, actually. He's not in the top 20.
Fuck.
I will say I haven't listened to as much dubstep as I used to.
Okay, not as much dubstep.
Okay, I found my number. I found my 19.
Oh, you found your 19.
Found 19.
Okay. Fucking. What would you? What? God, what the hell have you been listening to? I know Willie Crooks was on there. That was your top 5. I know your top 5, but that's pretty much it. Yeah, I'm trying to. This is really hard.
I'm having trouble finding my top 20. I listen to the damn music.
Fucking alright. Second guess. I don't know if you're much as a Violet fan as me and Ima are, but that's guess number 2.
Violet is on there. They were one of the ones that I know of. I should probably tell you the ones that I know are on there.
Yeah, that's
for
fair.
Good measure. Okay, so the ones we have so far are Former Hero, Ginger Root, Underscores, Jaren, San Holo, Ima, Violet Pony, Madeon, Skrillex, and Drake, and then the mystery person.
Drake.
Yeah.
Fucking Drake. Okay, so mystery people. So you have like a lot of open space. I heard that echo. Salute's gotta be on there. Fucking True Magic was bumped for like way long. If we're not counting the Violet Pony, that's my second guess for reals.
Yeah. Well, we won't count. It's taking sweet time with loading.
Are you doing this on web or are you doing this on your phone?
I'm just on my phone.
Ah.
Salute is not in the top 20.
Shit, dude.
Which that surprised me. I was like, damn, what the fuck?
Okay. I'm not going to say myself because that feels bad, and because I unfortunately, I know I'm not shit. I'm not hot shit. There's a in the whole realm of like revisiting music, genuinely, Mosaic Volume 1 has really good songs in my opinion, but fucking Freefall and Daisy Fields, some of my most proudest work, honestly. I'm very proud
Yeah,
of it.
I think they came out just a little too late for when Spotify already cut off. Excuse
Yeah,
me, cut off looking at things.
yeah,
Oh
November
wait, why am I
20th. It was
thinking
like a
these
few
guys?
few days of before. But yeah,
Surely.
I'm proud of both of those songs, and
Okay, there we go. I found number 6.
you found number 6. Uh,
Yeah,
fucking, who would be your number 6? Is Spencer Raymond on there?
I checked. Spencer Raymond's not on there.
Fuck, dude. Well, there goes my 3 guesses. I haven't found any of them.
I will say one of these is surprisingly obvious. Like they're like hidden in plain sight.
I'm okay. Well, we've both failed, I guess. I think yeah.
Yeah.
You only
Okay.
got one.
So the only ones I've found so far that um are Justice at number 6.
Justice, fucking dude, Justice.
Yeah, I know. That's the one I just found. And then Misogi at 19.
Misogi. I wouldn't have guessed Misogi. I would have guessed Justice. Fuck,
I wonder
man.
I wonder if Blade's on there.
Yeah.
Nope.
Blade.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I listen to a lot of Be Nice to Me sometimes.
Yeah, I get that.
Oh, I don't know. Not even G Jones is on there.
Not even G Jones. That's
I don't know. I'm having a genuinely hard time finding. I only got 3 spots left, but I don't know.
well. We can save that for like an after recording thing. You know,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
sit in VC and
Cool.
shit. Yeah. Thanks for indulging in my silly idea of Family Feud wrapped game. If they continue acting stupid like this, more games ahead.
I found number 18.
Oh, 18? Who is it?
Freddie Fender.
Wouldn't have guessed.
Yeah, no. no one ever expects Freddie Fender.
No one ever expects Freddie Fender.
But yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna do another question to kind of replace the end of like what I usually do. Bandcamp Friday is tomorrow. You got any releases you're looking at? Like looking towards the buying? The time of this date is the 5th of December, so Bandcamp Friday is tomorrow. But in terms of the interview, it would be like a week past.
Yeah. Honestly, with my currently I'm a little financially I gotta be really, really careful with my finances at the moment, so I might I'll have to look around, but like I can't spend too much, so I might only buy like 1 or 2 songs here and there, but
Yeah, that's understandable.
we'll see.
We'll see. I have like
There's some
yeah, there's some stuff looking forward to. Like Goji's putting out a remix tape. Aerith's
Yeah,
dropping
I
a
saw.
remix. I have a couple of stuff. Like I'm gonna put out Free Fall and Daisy Fields out. Pay What You Want for
Nice.
Bandcamp Friday. But other than that, I have like $74 in my bank account. I might as well just kind of spend it before Christmas.
Yeah, you could buy some decent stuff.
Yeah, I know Sonova's got the bubble tape dropping, bubble tape on CD. There's also Justice, who has True Magic on, not True Magic, that's a different artist. I have that. Never, fucking, what's the album?
Hyperdrama. Right?
Hyperdrama, thank you.
Yeah.
Hyperdrama on CD, which is really good. Yeah, well, I'll see. I'll probably show you the haul regardless. But
Oh,
yeah.
no, yeah.
We've already kind of talked about who you've been listening to recently with rap dropping and everything. But
Yeah.
other than that,
I still got some homies though.
yeah. Who do you want to shout out?
Shout out to.
Yeah.
All right, we got Ima, Mkey, you. Like, yeah.
Me, hi.
Ima, Mkey, Spencer Raymond, Bonnie, Indigo, Aerith, definitely.
Oh yeah.
Noise Punk. Aerith put out an album, Noise Punk, I think almost a couple of months ago now. Very good album.
Yep.
Monotopia, definitely.
Yeah.
Gay jazz as a whole.
Yeah. Fucking love.
Check out the gay jazz community. It's awesome. Just people constantly doing things and creating. It's very cool. not someone I know, but someone that I need people to get onto. William Crooks. Y'all need to get on William Crooks.
Yeah. Willie Crooks is great, honestly. Jesus Christ.
Absolutely, absolutely. Worldwide Wolf.
Oh, hell yeah. They have like one song on streaming with Fear
Certain.
Ozels, but...
Berkham, of course.
Burkham. Hell yeah.
Berkham. Um, scrolling through just to see who all I've got on here, but I think that's about it, really.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was lovely chatting with you this time with zero technical issues except for one at the end.
Yeah.
It was short.
Yeah. Small,
Recoverable.
small. Easy cut out if need be.
Yeah. But yeah. I'm gonna stop the recording. Check out I Think I Love You, with the emoticon face. Good track, good tune.
Asterisk, asterisk, tilde, asterisk.
Yeah. But yeah. January we'll probably be back with some regular stuff. Mixes, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, bye-bye.